Hi, I had a request to show what my palette collection is now, and oh my god, it's gotten so huge. So I have no lipstick on, so I'm probably not going to be buying any palettes in the Christmas season. I do really like to get things like that. 1 second. That's better. It does take a little bit of lipstick sometimes just to give you a little bit of color. I'm not sure I like this color right now. But anyway, so without further ado, I am going to pull all of my palettes out, and all of, big and small, and my big palette container, and I am going to spread them out and show you exactly what I have. So stay tuned for that. This is a palette collection video. It is not a declutter video. I did declutter already, and today I'm not decluttering anymore. If I reach a point where I know I'm not ever going to use any of these, then I will declutter. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and what we're going to do is go over my palettes. I have large and small palettes here. This I'll do this giant thing last. So, and actually, I'll make sure to put a picture so you can see what you're looking at. Alright, I did have these in some semblance of an order, but I took them out, so they're not in order anymore. Alright, first palette is this NYX Nude on Nude palette. I got this a long time ago. The beautiful thing about this palette is the range of colors, and this is definitely a dupe for one of the Naked palettes, I'm sure, with like twice as many colors. And down below there are lip creams, and I have used these. I really do like them. They have really nice consistency. So that's the first palette. This is one of the first palettes that I ever got. The very first palette I ever got is this one. And this one is a Tarte palette that my daughter gave me. There are only a couple shadows left in here. Actually 6 to be precise. These are, there's a little bit left of these. This was a pale green, a tan, a pink, and I don't know what was in there because it's completely gone. Whatever it was obviously a really useful color. This comes with a mirror. You can't get this anymore. These Tarte shadows, with the exception of the black one, I think I'm going, well, maybe the black one too. I think I'm going to put these into a Z palette, and then I'll strip the lock off of this, and then I'll probably toss this because I already took the brush out, and it's really not like that useful. It had an eye pencil here, and it had a brush here, and I took them both out because I knew I would never use them otherwise. My favorite color here is this dark green, so I do like this, but I really have to figure out how I can tear this off of here and depot these into my Z palette. I also have this, it's really clumsy, this giant box, and so I never use these. This is from last holiday season. So there are 4 mini palettes in here with a little mini palette holder, and Tarte was going through their tan, everything tan phase. I noticed they're starting to finally bring a little more color in. These, I have used these, and they are, honestly, the Tarte shadows are like, these and Too Faced are so superior. Like their creaminess and all that. Anyway, this came with a mascara and 3 lip glosses. They all came out. Actually, mascara's gone now. It also came with this palette holder. And you put one of these, like say if I wanted to use this one, you put the palette in there. Let me see. And it's magnetic. How about that? Awesome. because it's not coming out. So that was kind of taking a chance. I was afraid it would fall out. So then you can switch, mix and match. I know that I've used this one and this one quite a bit, but honestly the delivery system for these was really lacking. Like, I know that what the idea was. I know the idea was to like have this really neat set, but I never use it because I have to put it in a drawer somewhere. It's so big. Look at how fat it is. It's so big that I think I'm gonna have to figure something out here. Okay, so I also had this Lorac palette. This palette is like super nice. And I think it's Life at, what is it? Life at the Party? Yeah, it just says Party. Eye palette. And I think you could use either one of these as a highlighter as well, but these are like 5 shadow sets. Kind of mix and match. I don't think I've ever used this. It certainly doesn't look like I have, so I really need to use that. I also have this cool little tiny thing from Ulta. It came in like a bonus box. I have to see what the quality of these shadows is. Sometimes it's hit or miss. And sometimes you get something that you love and sometimes you don't. So I also have this Too Faced little, it's kind of a novelty thing. You know, because it's got the iPhone case. I don't own an iPhone. I don't plan to ever own an iPhone, but anyway, I have used the bronzer and the blush, and I've used this shadow and that one. I made a pretty nice smoky eye look with these, but not great at using this. And I really should. Oh, I used the dark blue too. I really should, because it's small, it'd be very easy to use, and it's Too Faced. I mean, seriously, Too Faced. Why am I ignoring that? Okay, so next couple are Elizabeth Arden palettes. Boo! I wish that Elizabeth Arden was cruelty-free. Unfortunately not. I have these, came in a bonus purchase with a purchase thing or something like that quite some time ago. And wow, you can still see yourself. Let's just tilt the mirror down a little bit. I've used these multiple times. Honestly, like this one the best. And you can see I've used that one the most. I am going to use these until they're gone. But since they're Elizabeth Arden, I won't be repurchasing any of the shadows that are in there. With Elizabeth Arden, you only really get these palettes in gift sets. You can't buy them separately. Like, there's no palette. You have to buy single shadows. I have 2 of this one. It has, one thing that it has is this cream blush that I'm not wild about, you know, but I do really appreciate these colors. I really like them. And the highlighter and bronzer are just a little on the small side there, like a little awkward to use, but I did find a way to use those. So I am trying to use these up. It's just going to take, it's going to take a long time, honestly. I have this one that is basically like a wreck, but the colors are great, especially this peachy color and this brown color, and the blush is nice. I know some of these things I should just get rid of, but and the same with this. This color is really nice, that color is nice, and the blush is nice. I really need to use those up. Anyway, my daughter bought me this blush palette from Tarte, and it is freaking gorgeous. Some of these colors have a little bit of shimmer, which is not great, but if you wear them right and you don't wear them too heavy, then they still work out. This, I think you can still buy. It's the Tarteist blush palette, but I don't see it on Tarte's website, but I think you can still get it at Ulta. So I love this thing. So, and I got this blush and bronzer palette from Boxycharm, and it is very nice. I have not used it yet, so I don't know. I might end up putting that in trade. So I have this Tarte palette that I am in love with. I am absolutely in love with it. I really am. This is, what is this one called? Let me tell you guys what it's called. It's called Energy Noir. I believe it is still available on the Ulta website. Here is the blush. Let's see. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And of course I have got all these colors. This purple is like really nice and my favorite two colors, and this tan color is really nice. I like that Tarte is starting to go back into colors. It's about time, because they had like 2 years of nothing but brown, different shades of brown, cool brown, warm brown, light brown, dark brown. I mean, come on. Then you have stuff like Urban Decay with all their color. I think I got this on sale on Ulta's website. It's very small. I know there are bigger ones. I really would love to get the Vice palette, but I have like, between these two and the other palettes I have pretty much all the colors that are in the Vice palette. So I really do love these two Urban Decay palettes. Very nice. Now, one of my favorite palettes is the Naked Urban Decay On the Run. This, I know you can still get this. I've seen this. I've seen it on sale too. This I take with me every time I go to Florida. It has the richest, most beautiful colors in it. So versatile that it's like one of my absolute favorites. You know, I've got to take the lip and eye thing out of there. But this honestly is like one of the very best palettes to travel with. I also have the Urban Decay Smoky palette, Smoked palette. I do have the smoky one, but what can I say? It's freaking gorgeous. I can see myself using the Asphalt. I don't think I would ever use that black. And that is called, yeah, Blackout. I don't see myself ever using that black, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, so I'm gonna wait until I go over this. I just bought this. I have been kind of like admiring it from afar for a long time and thinking, I have too many palettes, which I do. But I just thought, you know what, I really want that palette, and so I went ahead and bought it. It's just freaking gorgeous. I looked at all the Naked palettes, and for my preferences, I thought that the regular Naked palette was the most versatile. I do like more color, but I have more color through my Naked Smoky palette, so this was just a really good basic palette for me. Another one of my favorites is the Smashbox Double Exposure. I got this when I was in Florida and I used it continuously while I was down there. The colors are freaking unbelievable, absolutely amazing. After I'm done doing my 13 by Halloween challenge, I am going to start instituting the makeup basket again, and I'm going to start rotating these palettes in and out every week, or even every couple days, because they really need to be used more. And of course, everybody's got this. This is, well, maybe not everybody, but this is Too Faced Chocolate Bar. This is a good palette if you're like really into makeup and have a lot of practice, or you really want to get into makeup and you don't have a lot of practice, because it's so versatile. It's got color, it's got, you know, tan and green and, you know, wine color. It's got all kinds of colors that you could easily use and fall in love with. Honestly, does smell like chocolate. This is an e.l.f. palette, and you know, I do have some inexpensive palettes in this palette holder that I have over here. I will show it to you after I load it back up again. Hope I can get everything back in, but this has some really great colors, and I really like some e.l.f. shadows quite a bit. Not sure about these. Like, I'm sure I'll find some that I really like and some that are just too glittery, and we'll just have to wait and see. I haven't used this. You can tell I haven't used it. Alright, so from Boxycharm we got an Ofra palette with 6 colors, and these are beautiful colors. You know, so I'm going to add a lot more shadows to this. This might actually be a good palette to put those 4 shadows that I have left over in my, I think it's Tarte palette, the one that looks like a little purse. And I have an Ulta palette. This came in a gift set, and it's got really beautiful colors. I really love that wine color. Anastasia Beverly Hills. I got this from my daughter, and it has these big freaking gorgeous colors. So we have Starburst, Crushed Pearl, Hard Candy, and Mimosa. These 2 bronzers I definitely can use, like, on my fair skin tone. And this is a really beautiful highlighter, and of course that's a really shimmery blush. Very shimmery, very, very shimmery. So I do have to start using this. I have not used it yet. I got these 3 palettes when I was down in Florida at the outlets last time, and I have not pulled them out. I'm going to start doing that. Like I said in part of this video, I did say I was going to resurrect the makeup basket, and I'm going to start rotating things through. Okay. This, you know what, I'm not going to read all the colors off. If you specifically, because this will be too long. I have too many palettes to do that. But if specifically you want to know the colors in one of these, do let me know. Here is another one. So really, really like that trio right there. And this is the last one of the little palettes. And this is like all glitter. So this is kind of like, you better be going to a party when you're wearing this one. I also have this set of palettes that I got from my daughter's boyfriend. And they came in a neat little box, like, you know, all together, and I was keeping them in the box. You may have seen that when I did a makeup collection video. But when I got this holder, and I'll show it to you at the end of this video, I found that I had a spot where these actually fit. Couple of these I really like, couple of them I don't really, I'm not that crazy over. They're all by Lorac. The first one, Countess. This is really gorgeous, and I'm not using it. Why? It's like a travesty. Shine a little light on that, and yeah, it's like a travesty that I'm not using this. Especially this one. Then there is Queen. And yeah, this is really beautiful in the light too. The only thing is I've got 2 light colors. I guess this would be brow bone. This might be your entire lid. Then this might be like a highlighting corner color kind of transition shade. So then there is Princess. And these Lorac palettes are really beautiful. Like, why have I not been using them? Then there's Duchess. This one I really like. It's in the blues and grays, and yeah, I really like that. These are all Coastal Scents. I'm trying to think which one have I used most recently. I think that was this one. I don't know why I've been keeping the plastic on this. I don't really need to because there's nothing on the other side. But yeah, I've been using this one quite a bit, Revealed 3. You can't tell though, that's the thing that's crazy. I used it quite a bit, and I can't even see my brush strokes. Then there's Revealed 2. This one I know I haven't used. The regular Revealed palette. These are kind of dupes, I think, for the Naked palettes, because this is very reminiscent of the regular Naked palette. let's take a look at that. Yeah. Look at that. It is like almost a perfect dupe for the Naked palette, with addition of a couple other colors. So if you don't want to spend what did I spend on this thing? $40, I think. And you want to just get away with getting one of these on sale for like 19 bucks, then, you know, they're certainly good, serviceable colors. And then there is the Smoky palette, which is supposed to be a dupe for the Naked Smoky. And let's see how close this is. Alright, so this has a lot of dark colors. I really love this burnt orange color. So let's see. Yeah, there are some dupes in here. Like this blue is almost identical to that one. This silver color is almost identical to that one. Then there are these two colors are almost identical. And yeah, it's really, really nice. So, you know, you can actually save yourself some bucks and get yourself a Coastal Scents palette. Okay, next, I'm getting to the end, believe it or not. I have this Gilded Gold palette from Ulta. I think it's kind of a dupe also, but I'm not sure which one it's really a dupe of. I could pull them all out, but I think it might just be a dupe of the regular Naked palette. Well, very similar, but the colors are definitely different. And I have my Lorac Mega Pro 2. And I'm going to put the plastic back on just because I've been using it, but I don't want anything to happen to it. I love this. I absolutely love this. I got this from my daughter. This is one of those presents that you wish for and you're so happy when you get it. A couple of my favorite colors, just want to point them out. These two rows are matte and these two rows have more like shimmery colors in it. I love this color Forest up in this corner, and I like these silvers, and I love this palette. And of course you can see my brush strokes in the Prosecco color. That's the reason when Lorac goes on Haute Look like it did last week, I don't bother to buy anything. Alright, this Bon Jovi was also one of my first palettes when I started really getting into palettes. And I'm sure the lip colors are kind of had it. But these are really nice colors. Bon Jovi, they all have rock star names. I like this stroke. I use that sometimes on my eyelid when I do a smoky eye look. The problem is that, oh actually it's called REM, R-E-M. It's very easy to accidentally go a little too dark. This I've been told is Mary Luminizer here. And I'm not sure what the... yeah, I'm not sure what the blush is. And these are lip things I'd never use. I probably should try them before they go bad. I actually got this on Haute Look. And let's see, I have a Z palette that's got a few colors in it. These are, yeah, excuse the magnets and stuff. This is an Ofra banana powder that I never use, but I could consider using that as a setting powder. I have to try it one day when I know I'm not going to be seen, because if it's a disaster, then I won't be happy. And these three are all Makeup Geek, so they should really go in with the Ofra stuff. And finally, the last palette, because I have some others that I've taken apart, but this was a disaster. I tried to make my own. It's really, you can, but it's not that easy, and it's not always successful. And this here is Smashbox palette, and I don't think you can get this anymore, so I'm sorry to show it to you, But yeah, I don't think you get this anymore, but I know that quite a few YouTubers already have it, and yeah, YouTubers that I watch, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. So, and I keep the plastic in there. Probably shouldn't. It does give me the names of the shadows. So if I ever did want to buy a single from Smashbox, I could do that. So that is the whole palette collection. I'm going to show you this palette holder. Okay. It's really hard to see things when they're made of clear material. So let me move this stuff out of the way and bring this in a little bit closer. I'll take these things out. So just put them back in there. And this is the palette organizer. It's actually quite heavy and extremely well made. So it does hold my largest palettes back here. See, this is one open palette area. I'll put a link in the video to where you can get this. And the palettes that are not gigantic go here, and the smallest stuff can go up front. So I have to start rotating through these palettes. They just fit in this holder. Now you can see it from the side and from the back. And yeah, it's like pretty cool. I know I can fit something else there, but I'm not going to try to jam anything in, and I will have to move that Mega Pro somewhere. So anyway, that is just the palette holder. We did go over a lot more palettes. So I hope you enjoyed that. I guess you can probably see why I'm still a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of makeup that I have. So I have been trying to use all these palettes, but it's not that easy, and I'm so afraid things are going to go bad before I get to use them up. But I am going to make a concerted effort to start to use these a little bit more. 13 by Halloween is almost over, and so I will be resurrecting the makeup basket, weekly makeup basket, and I know a lot of you really liked that, but that won't start until November after the Finish 13 by Halloween is over. There'll be an update for that. Gosh, I'll update that at the end of October. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been Mary with Reviewer's Diary, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Even after video every day in October is over, I will still be posting videos a minimum of 4 or 5 times a week. I do try to make it a goal to put up a video every day, but sometimes life gets in the way. You know how that is. So definitely subscribe, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. So thank you, and have a beautiful evening. Good night.